All right, Shalom. First of all, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodesh, and of course, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well, and peace and salutation to all sincere Achim that are out there, of course, risking their lives and the freedom to bring out this Amath, which is the truth of the scriptures. It's the brother Mafba and the brother
Yeshaya
from the Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp here, located in Philadelphia, in Great Babylon, which is America, coming again with another lesson due to Rfid Kodash. So we have currently 2019 upon us, in which the apostle elder Tahar deemed it or coined it as the year of Charagma, which we're going to go into the word Charagma, all right, so that you understand that you're going into this incision of this Rfid microchip, which is the mark of the beast, also known as the NFC chip, all right, and it's upon us and it's being utilized today, and we're just waiting for it, of course, to be implemented as mandatory to all inhabitants of the earth. And the Rfid microchip is the chip, all right, and the scriptures do speak and tell it, all right. So we just gonna go in the spirit. We got certain scriptures we're gonna bring up, all right. So you can start out.
This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 15. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed."
Right, which you go into the image of the beast is the Roman system, all right, in which, of course, you have it where you have the democracy, the idolatry, all right. These are, let me see, I'm going to go into it some more. Part of the image of the beast, all right, which the beast is NATO and the EU, all right, just so that you know, okay. That, of course, is set up, all right. They want, of course, Jake to be fully engrossed within this system, which is a Roman system. All right, you can read on now.
Okay. Verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Right, so he is the so-called white man, the elite of them, all right, which are Edomites, okay? The Edomites, all right, pursuant to the book of Job 9 and 24, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, all right? And Malachi 1 and 4 describes that they're the wicked, all right? The Edomites have control of this earth, so they, all right, are going to cause all right, which you can go into that word for all right, real quick. All right, so here they got all for here, going down. All right, now they have here, you can read it, this one right here, chapter number 8, yeah.
It says, each, every, any, all, the whole, everyone, all things, everything.
Right, so that, of course, is going to be in like a oikomene sense, all right, meaning all of the inhabitants of the earth, okay? This particular Greek word here is
Strong's G 3956. Pas. Pas.
Right, so it's everyone, okay? Now I'll go back. And then go to, so read it again and then go into the word from Mark.
Okay. Verse 16 says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
So we're going to go into the actual word from Mark, all right? Okay, because you have to understand that the Bible was translated, all right, out of the Hebrew into the Greek, Latin, all right? So we have to go into the actual original words to be able to understand what is written there and have the Rfid Kodash, the Holy Spirit, working with us. All right, so read the word for the actual Greek word.
Okay. It says charagma.
Right, charagma. Go into the definition.
It says a stamp and imprinted mark.
God.
And also it says thing carved, sculpture, graven work.
Right. So this, of course, is a thing that is what? Carved beneath your skin, all right? Also, it got on there, it says a mark branded upon horses, all right, which of course the so-called white man considered us as what nothing but the so-called meaning the Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American as nothing but property, all right. And I mean, basically, all of the people they tax them, they give them Social Security cards, they give them birth certificates, all right. So now going to the word, the root word, all right, for charagma. Yep.
It says karax.
Right. Now read the definition of it.
It says a pale or stake, a palisade.
A palisade.
Palisade.
Yep. Yeah. So, this you got over there. I could go into a trench, but this basically is a scratch and it goes inside of you. All right. Which when you go into the technology, which we're gonna go into when we go into the actual article. Go to the actual article real quick. This read the article title.
It says alarm over talks to implant UK employees with microchips.
Right. So this, of course, is the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. Okay. Now you have it here. There's an alarm. All right, which you can go into the definition of alarm. Just go to it. Right. Read it.
It says an anxious awareness of danger, and it has a example. It says the boat tilted and the boatman cried out in alarm.
Right. And then read like here.
It says we spun around in alarm, fear, anxiety, apprehension, trepidation, nervousness, unease, distress,
Right.
agitation.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so you have it there. It's an alarm, all right, which is starting at unease or distress, all right, uneasiness because there are what talks about a implant in the UK, implanting what employees with microchips, all right. So you can read a bit.
It says Britain's biggest employer organization and main trade union body have sounded the alarm over the prospect of British companies implanting staff with microchips to improve security.
Right. So they want to, of course, improve security. All right. Which you go into it. This actual RFID microchip, also known as the NFC chip or near field communication, it has ability to authenticate your identity. All right. Which the so-called white man who's Esau Edom, he wants to minimize the amount of people that are going about falsifying their identity. Okay, white collar crime. All right, he wants everyone to be able to be authenticated, and he's going to use the means of technology because he has a thing called the Internet of Things. All right, in which he has he wants all devices, everyone basically under the whole system. Okay, as just nothing but a product. All right, I read.
It says UK firm Biotech, which offers the implants to businesses and individuals, has already fitted 150 implants in the UK.
All right, so you have that. There's already people. All right, and this was published actually in the year of 2018. All right, there's people already walking about in the UK that have the microchip implant. All right, so it's not something that is far fetched. All right, this of course is already happening. It just ain't mandatory. All right, read.
Okay. It says the tiny chips implanted in the flesh between the thumb and forefinger are similar to those for pets. They enable people to open their front door, access their office, or start their car with a wave of their hand, and can also store medical data.
Right. So within it, of course, it can hold medical data. Also, of course, it can have your banking information, which it can buy and sell. All right. And you can see that within Sweden. All right. It may, of course, cover that here in this article. All right. And now go real quick to the Revelation again, 13, and about when it says buy and sell.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name."
Right. So that no man might buy or sell. If you got to have this mark of the beast, all right, which is the RFID microchip, aka an NFC chip in Europe, all right, to be able to buy or sell. Okay. Simple as that. Okay. So when you of course you have other Hebrew Israelite camps talking about the RFID microchip. All right, it's not the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast, and they going about this is a philosophy and all this other stuff. It's not making sense. All right.
It's having sex with white women.
Yeah, or what you can't.
Edomite women.
Yeah, yep. They say that, you know, because we know that a lot of these camps, they actually, they get a lot offended by, like say like you got certain camps that they don't want to talk about or naming the Edomites. All right, you know, let's not get on Esau. Let's just be all Israel, But all Israel is going to be taken up within when this R50 microchip be mandatory. All right, Jake, of course, is going to be placed with that what going to our temptation scripture. It's Revelation. What is it?
3 and 10.
Yep, get it.
This is Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
Right, which that of course, the one that of course is going to be kept. All right, from the hour of temptation. All right, is going to be the elect. All right, because the elect is not going to what, as is written, they're going to not let any man take thy crown. All right, they're going to be faithful and strive unto the truth until death. All right, they're not going to take this chip. All right, read.
It says, "Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth."
All right, so just to go into it, go to world and this actual one, this precept. Yep, fine.
It says, Okamini.
Yep, wake a mini. Yep.
Okamini. It says the whole inhabited earth, the world.
Right. So it's going to be, all right, the whole inhabited earth, everyone. Okay, everyone is gonna be presented this chip. Okay, the RFID microchip. All right, NFC chip. Okay, because the elite, of course, they have, of course, an agenda in which they want their new world order. Okay, they want, all right, everyone to have this chip. They want to know where everyone's at. They want, of course, to be able to diminish, all right, counterfeit currency going up, all right, also illegal business transactions, okay. They want everybody a part of this blockchain system, all right, which they of course want you everything to be online, all right. They don't want to use like a actual physical commodity such as gold or silver, or even these debt notes, these bank notes, all right, as a means of legal tender. They want you to have this chip, all right.
Got a quick precept out.
Yep, go in there.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2. It's a lot. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine."
Right, with slop. The wine, of course, is dealing with the philosophy of the so-called white man, all right? Which, of course, he has what? He's deceived the whole world, all right? And a part of that wine is his technology, all right? Which he wants to what? He want to put a chip in you, okay? He's carnal, all right? To try to get his birthright back, all right? Read.
It says, "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, right, and is as death."
Yeah, kind. And that's plain and to the point. I mean, if you got anything to speak on that? No, good. Yeah, so so-called white man, of course, obviously, he don't keep at home. As you know, he has over 800 or something. Just a rough estimate. Military bases throughout the world. Okay, he's also within. He of course is the head. When you go into it, the Edomites are the leaders of the EU. All right, the leaders of you have the NATO. All right, which is headed by what? USA. Okay, which they're Edomites, okay, these elites, okay. Donald Trump's an Edomite. He's just nothing but a puppet, all right. And upon him, he has it where, I believe he had mentioned something along the lines of, uh, he had said by 20. I have to go into the specific dates. Maybe 2019. I have to check. But he talked about the biometric um, identification. All right, I have to go into the specifics, but that's going into the RFID microchip. All right, they want this chip. All right, there's an agenda. All right, a plan. Set for it. To be achieved in a certain amount of time, because the so-called white man knows that he has what a short time. You can get that scripture too, real quick.
This is Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
Right, and that of course that when you go into it, the devil, that's the so-called white man. All right, the physical counterpart for the spiritual demon Satan is the so-called white man. They're the wicked on the earth. All right, and they're gonna bring about this. All right, so you could go back to what we was at. Was it? Yeah, or even then before that, Revelations 3. Finish up.
It says, "And cannot be satisfied." It says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people."
Right. So who of course does that? It's only Esau Edom. All right, gathered up and heaped up all nations.
Okay.
All right. He going about, of course, conquering all of the lands, naming them after himself, as the book of Psalms, the 49th chapter and 11th verse speaks of. He's of course that one that wants his generations to continue. All right, and the so-called white man. All right, he wants everybody in subjection under his rule. All right, the so-called white man is adverse to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's in the book of Psalms. I believe it's the 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 10th verse or the chapter. You can get Psalms 10 and go to Psalms 10 and 3. It's 4 is the point.
This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. It says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth."
Right.
The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Right. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not in his thoughts. All right, because the so-called white man, all right, is not going to tell all the people that, hey, and we go into it, tell the Israelites, all right, of their heritage that they are the anointed ones, all right, the Hamashiachim of the Lord, all right, the anointed ones, all right, the only ones that allowed, of course, allotted to the glory, the covenants of the blessings of the scriptures. He's not going to tell them who they are, and also he's not going to tell them that he's not supposed to take this mark of the beast. All right. Then you have various pastors, all right, that are going about saying they don't even know what the RFID or that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, or what is the RFID microchip, or what is the mark of the beast. They just think it's all speculation with us, and that it's just it'll come out. We already the Lord said we had an unction of all things, all right, and that also that we know all things, Also, you could get real quick, get Amos 3. Talk about, what I'm talking about. Yep.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. "Surely Yahweh the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets."
Right. So the Lord, of course, he will do nothing but reveal. All right, which you go into that word for reveal. Reveal. Yeah, I actually want to go into that. We got the word galah, which is, you have it there, to uncover. You can read the definition.
It says to uncover, to remove,
All right, that's it. Yeah. So and it has here. Let me see. To discover or to show oneself. All right. So the Lord, of course, He revealed. All right, which He's being intimate with the elect. Okay. When you tell a secret to somebody, all right, that you don't tell it to anybody. Okay. You don't just and if you do, obviously you know that if you do, that person can go about and chat mince or chat shit on you. All right, and it can also get you in a lot of trouble. All right. But the Lord, the point is, He of course has revealed or uncovered, all right, all of the mysteries to His servants, the prophets. What they are only, of course, of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, they are the prophets. Okay, then they of course came back. All right, in regeneration. All right, um, just a it, yeah, that's it basically. Yeah. Okay. All right, now you could go to back to you could go actually to the precept Revelation 13, going to the left hand or right hand, and then the forehead. And then we're gonna go into a little bit about the brain implants.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Right, which we know that Greek word for, of course, mark is charagma. All right, and they go into charax, which is something, of course, you go into something that a pale or palisade, something that's inserted in your body, and that's in the book of Leviticus and the law, the book of Leviticus 19, and that I can read it, Leviticus 19 and 28. Read that, Bam Kasha.
Okay.
All right.
This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. It says, "Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh."
Yeah. So and you go into the cuttings. All right. You can go into that definition real quick.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Chip is an incision. All right. It penetrates beneath. All right, your flesh. All right. Sharat. Yeah, sharat.
Sharat. Okay. It says incision, cut.
Right. Okay. So we're not allowed to have any incisions or cuttings in the flesh. So we know that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right. Simple as that. It's in the scriptures. The understanding is right there. The Lord revealed His secret unto His servants, the servants, the prophets. Also, you're gonna get I believe it's Corinthians. I think it's 2 Corinthians. Let me see. It might be 3, and or it's get 2 Corinthians, or not second. Get 2 Corinthians 2 and 11.
Okay.
Wow.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us."
Right. Which we know who is Satan, the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right. They're what? The enemy. When you go into the actual understanding of the word or the definition of the word Satan, that means of what? An enemy, adversary. All right. Which Satan is the enemy, adversary of the nation of Israel. We can easily prove that in the scriptures. All right. The dragon was wroth with the woman. All right. You got it. You can go even back to the book of Genesis about the enmity. All right. They should put enmity. What is it? Maybe Genesis 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Go. Let me see that. But finish off that though.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Right. And what does ignorant means? Go into the definition and go also to devices definition as well. The Greek word is, you can even play it. Igneo.
Strong's G50. Agnaeo.
Right.
Agnaeo.
It says to be ignorant, not to know.
Right. So we actually know we're not ignorant of the RFID microchip being the mark of the beast. All right. Simple as that.
It also says not to understand unknown.
Yeah, that's it. We have the understanding.
Okay.
All right. Because what the Lord of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, um, get Revelation 3:20, real quick.
This is Revelations chapter 3, verse 20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me."
Right. So well, of course Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's gonna do what? He's gonna come and sup with us. All right. Yahweh Shai, he sups with us, giving us what? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding unto us. Giving us that access to that tree of not life. All right. Which you can go uh, when you go into the meaning of sup, you can go into it.
Okay. Yeah. It says to dine.
Yeah. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua is feeding us, all right, with this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right. That's why out of our belly is flowing what? Nothing but rivers of living water. All right. That's why the elect is a precious thing. All right, unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and will be very coveted and sought after in the days of trouble. All right, when this distress happens to all of the inhabitants of this earth. Okay, the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, starting with the 144,000 prophets. All right, they of course are the ones that have the knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, who the Lord is supping with. All right, okay, who He tells, of course, his unknown things too. All right, He's actually putting the words in our mouths. All right, we are the mouth of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. All right, simple as that. All right, so we covered a lot of ground. Go to now the brain or wherever that is at.
The title of the article is
Raise your voice too.
So, the title of the article is "Memory Boosting Brain Implants Are in the Works. Would you get one?"
Right. So you see it here that there's a memory boosting brain implant. All right, which go back to the prophecy in Revelation 13 about in the forehead.
This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Right. So you have it there in the forehead, okay, which they have it here, a memory boosting implant, all right, brain implant, okay, which that's going to go in your brain, okay, are in the works. Actually, they already have the technology, but, you can go and read into it, all right.
It says, "How far would you go to keep your mind from failing? Would you go so far as to let a doctor drill a hole in your skull and stick a microchip in your brain?"
It tell you right there, stick a microchip, all right? Right there in your brain. So, and that's the Rfid microchip, which is, it's going to come in various sizes, going to, might be a bit different with these certain brain implants. But you have it there, that hole that's being drilled, all right? That's an incision, okay? When you drill something, all right, in something, you're cutting into it, all right? Just so that you understand, all right? You simple ones out there, all right? I'm going to quickly go to drill in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, all right, which it says, I'm going to actually go to drilling, all right? Oh, actually here, it says to pierce or bore a hole in something. All right, so that right there, to pierce is right there, which it means to penetrate into or run through. Okay, that's an incision. It says as a sharp or pointed dagger or object. Okay, and that's that palisade. All right, it has to be implanted. You have it where the RFID microchip, which is with the regular one would go through the hand and such. That has to be injected via syringe. You have it here. They're gonna use a drill. Go.
It says, "It's not an idle question. In recent years, neuroscientists have made major advances in cracking the code of memory, figuring out exactly how the human brain stores information and learning to reverse engineer the process.
You have it there. So they actually want to go against the actual will of the Most High, which we know that we're in the flesh and such, but they want to carnally go with transhumanism. All right, to merge what man and machine. Okay, this is of course going into how um, they're gonna use their technology in order to um, so-called increase, all right, or go above what a man can do, all right, on this side, all right, because we of course are subject unto memory loss, okay, as we age, all right. Your mind of course loses memory and such, function and such, you know, um, and just in general, we're just in the flesh, and the flesh is weak, okay. All right, so in that the neuro that deals with your brain science, brain doctors and such. All right, okay.
It says now they've reached the stage where they're starting to put all of that theory into practice.
Right, kind. So it's being put, all right, into practice. All right. So they're not just thinking about these thoughts and their theories and such and hypotheses. They're actually putting it into actual practice. All right. Which I want you to actually go to the Etamon online real quick and look up the word practice. Right. This is yep.
Yeah, it says to do, act, to follow or employ.
Right. Yeah. So and it says it's agreed on.
It says to carry on a profession, especially medicine.
Right. Especially in medicine. And now go down to where it says here from the medieval Latin, picere or picere.
Okay. It says from the medieval Latin, praticare, to do, perform, practice.
Right. Right. And they even going from the Greek, which is practical. All right. Uh, and that just pertains onto matters of practice. All right. So they're going to go about to do, all right, or to act on their thoughts. All right. To do this. All right. This isn't something, as we said, is intangible. All right. Like you have certain people that are just ignorant of this actual technology that's being advanced here today. All right, we have here brain implants. We have here RFID microchip implants. Okay, used in Sweden, used in the UK. You can go and skip to the article real quick just to show. So the chip is actually here. All right, just so that you know it's here. You can look at the images or whatever. Read that actually. Where does it go up? Right there.
Okay. It says last month, 2 research teams reported success at using electrical signals carried into the brain via implanted wires to boost memory in small groups of test patients. It's a major milestone in demonstrating the ability to restore memory function in humans, says Dr. Robert Hampson, a neuroscientist at Wake Forest School of Medicine and the leader of one of the teams.
Right. So you see it here. They've been using and furthering their technology. All right, into improving or to boost. All right, the function and memory. All right, of humans. Okay, and they're using this via their technology. Okay, you can even read down to this. You can just read that too.
It says the research is funded by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, which sees brain implants as a life-changing technology for the 270,000 American soldiers who have suffered a traumatic brain injury in combat. It says the possible applications go much further, however. Brain implants could also change the lives of millions of Americans battling Alzheimer's disease and other cognitive disorders.
So you have it there that you have it here that certain of soldiers, which they of course they may of course just receive you say substantial damage. All right, they may of course get hit with a wound. All right, from a bullet. All right, or you have it or just a blow in general. All right, in combat. anything's possible in combat. All right, they're using this brain implant. All right, for traumatic injuries. All right, brain trauma. All right, concussions. Okay, severe concussions and such. All right. So when we say here at Great Millstone that there's soldiers that are walking about with the chip, we're not lying. The information already tell you that is almost near 300,000 American soldiers that have been injured in battle. All right, in combat. All right, and they using this technology. All right.
I got precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 3. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee."
Right, which I go into the damn Edomites. All right, they're wiser than Daniel. All right, which Daniel was a wise prophet. All right, Daniel Allah. All right, Yahweh Judge. All right, I believe that goes into his name and such. All right, Daniel broke down the dream for Nebuchadnezzar. All right, so these damn Edomites. All right, they have a lot of course, knowledge that Yahweh Shem Shai gave them. As I had mentioned, the technology. That goes into the different miracles and such. All right.
Got one more precept. This is Matthew chapter 24 verse 24. It says, "For there shall arise false Christs, false Hamashiachs, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect."
Right. So there of course are false. You say you got false anointed ones out there. All right. When you have it, right now at the all-time high, you have many, of course. You have it. Various camps are going about, and you got different YouTube pages. These people are saying that that's not the chip. You got like I said, they have this dude Geno Jenkins. All right, he called himself an apostle. He ain't one sent out by Yahweh Shemir Shai, though he's calling himself an apostle. And he don't know the RFID market chip is the market of beast when it's all out there on the online. This is crazy. So we are in the end because these prophecies which Yahweh Shai, all right, gave unto his disciples was later turned into apostles. All right, these things are happening. We see, of course, false anointed ones going about. All right, false prophets.
If I can say this real quick, in Daniel it says that thou art wiser than Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, these Edomites through their technology, they're just able to deceive these people that Esau is this great man, that there's nothing he can't do. Like it says in the verse that with show great signs and wonders that he should, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So through his technology and his wisdom, he's deceiving these people.
Yep. Yeah, that's 100% correct. All right, but he's not going to deceive the elect because the elect have been received. All right, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the commandments, and the instruction from Yahweh Shem Shai. They know that the chip is the mark of the beast. All right, they know of these prophecies that have been written in the scriptures. All right, we're holding fast and not, of course, letting go. All right, we're not letting these false prophets and those that, of course, that don't see or that have the faith to know. All right, to believe in what the scriptures are saying. A lot of people, they going off of their own vain opinion, and they're going to be destroyed. All right, yeah, what the ox said was 100. All right, go now to. I want you to go to Revelations 20 and go to 4.
This is Revelations chapter 20 verse 4. It says, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands."
Right, this is the elect is talking about. All right, read.
It says, "And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years."
Right, so you have it there, because you have to understand that there's going to be certain Akim, they actually going to get put to death, all right, for not taking the chip, okay? As you know that the Esau is the sword. He's coming as what? As written in the book of 2nd Esdras, he's coming as a madman sparing none, all right? And this is going to be a trial of the faith of the elect of Israel. All right, which we gotta what we have to strive onto the truth unto death. All right, we can't lose our integrity. We can't let up. All right, we gotta cleave on Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, into the end. All right. Uh, Con. Yep. All right. Last scripture. You could go to Revelation 14. And we can close it.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation."
Right, his righteous anger. The Lord, of course, is going to give you what? A hot nuclear missile, destruction. All right, the second death. If you, of course, take this chip. All right, because when you take this chip, you're telling to Yahweh Shem Shai that you don't want to serve him. All right, you want to, of course, accept the so-called white man who's Esau Edom as your master, your Lord. All right, or Adawan Ka. All right, you want Esau, who's Edom, to, of course, be your Lord and not Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay.
I got a quick precept.
Yep. Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2. It says, "That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen."
I'll read from the top.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children,
right,
saith Yahweh."
Destruction. That's what woe means. All right, read.
It says, "That take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
Right, so they leaping up, of course, iniquity upon themselves, all right, and they're not putting on this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all right, they're not putting on that breastplate, all right, to be able to what, to be able to what, roughly paraphrase, survive the wiles of the fiery darts of the devil. You gonna get that one too, but read on, finish.
It says, "That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt."
Right. And this whole, system, when you go into it, this is, of course, is written in the scriptures, that this is what spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. All right.
Spiritual.
Yep. It's the place where the Israelites went into captivity by the way of ships, as in Deuteronomy 28, all right, and 68. All right, which we know that the nation of Israel, all right, you got both the northern and southern kingdom, the Judah and Yahweh. They, of course, have been oppressed together. All right, we're all here. Okay.
If I could say this, the same way that the Israelites put their trust in Egypt and in Pharaoh back then, they're putting their trust in America and also the so-called white man right now. These Edomites.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They don't put on this knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Okay, and thus that's why they're going to be destroyed. All right, they're not going to have that covering. All right, from Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, they're serving the devil. All right, Shalachia, Akim. We back again. Shaitan, of course, tried to distract us, playing the fire alarm, because of course we being the prophets are blowing that trumpet. But we ain't letting that, of course, that deter us. All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3. It says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion."
Right, because we going into this is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. So the new Pharaoh, all right, is these Edomites, all right, and they are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, which are the Israelites. They actually put their strength in these damn devils, all right, okay, but that's gonna be what? Your shame. Okay. Yep. The times are coming in. You're gonna be shameful, because you're gonna find out that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not dealing with you. All right. God. That's it. All right. Now go to Ephesians 6 and 16. And let me see. Actually, put on armor.
me start at
So
11.
Yep.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil."
Right. So you got to put on this armor. You got to put on this truth. All right. This
Okay.
wisdom, knowledge, understanding that's going to, of course, defend you, keep you safe. All right. Give you that discernment. All right. Have temperance amongst these damn devils, as Yahweh Shemashah said. Yahweh says, he says he sent us as what? Sheep as amongst wolves, roughly paraphrasing. All right. Satan, of course, try to come at you with what? When you go into the word for go into I think it's wiles. Yeah, go into wiles.
For the word wiles, it has
Strong's G 3180. Methodiah.
It says cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery.
Right. Okay. Which that's all into the blessings of Satan, the so-called white man. All right, which he received as what? That serpent in the garden. So now I want you to go to Genesis. All right, 3. Okay, and 1.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh the Most High had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?"
Right. Which that go into they go did the different philosophies and such. All right, but I want you to just go to subtile. The serpent was more than. Go to the definition of subtile. And then the point is going to be at 14. We're going to go down to.
Okay. It says subtile, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty.
God. And for subtile, go from the Hebrew word aram, all right, aram or iram slach, all right, that's an I, a ra and a ma, all right, iram, which you have it iram one right here, all right, which it means subtile, crafty, sly, sensible, all right. Now you could read that from the top and then go to verse 14.
It says, this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtile than any beast of the field which Yahweh the Most High had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?"
Right. Now, even just now, go real quick to Psalms real quick before we go to that. 58. All right. And, yep. Point at 4, yep.
This is Psalms 58 and 3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies."
Right. Because Yahweh Shem Shai designed them to be what? The wicked. The vessels of dishonor. All right. Read.
It says, "Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear."
Right. So the serpent is actually the wicked, which the wicked are the Edomites. All right. So we know that same Racha or spirit that was in, all right, the serpent is in the wicked, all right, being the Edomites, all right. Okay, they're here today. Okay. Simple as that, all right. They were in Cain and in Esau, all right. Come on. So you have to understand, it's not what a fucking physical, slack for my rude speech, a physical serpent talking to a man and a woman in the garden, so that you know, okay? So, the Bible is written in dark sayings and parables, and, through thy precepts we get understanding, okay? The Lord revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So, for some of y'all that are just coming into this, you gotta, of course, put off all of the former, things that you thought of these the scriptures and what you've been taught, and come in and put on, and come as a babe, a newborn babe, and desire the sincere milk. Okay. All right. Now go ahead. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5. It says, "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things.
That's right.
And that's how the Akim, through the Spirit and power of the Most High, through the Holy Spirit, the Ruach Kodash, are able to understand these scriptures. Because it says, but such as, it's a lot. It says, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things, because we're seeking the Most High. That's why we're able to understand these things. We're seeking the Most High in sincerity.
Yep. Yep. Because we gotta, as the scriptures say, when you come, you have the true worship shall worship the power. All right. Let me see.
In spirit and in truth.
Yep. Kind of the water. Yeah. You gotta be sincere. All right. And which that goes into it. That's the elect, because the elect, they're the only ones that have that pure heart. They're washed clean by the word of Yahweh Shai. All right. They got that true baptism. All right. They have been purified, made pure. They're going to be the ones that's found without guile. All right. They're going to have that covert of Yahweh Shai. All right. In the time of this destruction.
Okay. Let me go back to Revelation. Genesis.
Go back to Genesis and then
14.
Yeah, I believe it mentions about on the belly thou shalt go, or something of that nature.
This is Genesis chapter 3 verse 14. It says, and Yahweh the Most High said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Right, so that's a parable talking about, of course, how, these damn devils, they're of course, being what? Subtile, all right? They're going to be low, all right? And, of course, they're going to be in what? The dust and the confusion and such, all right? These damn devils, all right, they try to come across being humble and low, and they go about just to strike you, all right, when you go into it, okay? They strike you with that poison, all right? But they, of course, seem as if they're not, a fucking a predator, all right?
A quick precept. It says, this is at Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right, and that go into also with Gad and such, how they, of course, so-called white man, of course, made different various treaties with the Gadites, all right, so-called North American Indians, all right. You have, of course, also Simeon, all right. I believe so-called Seminole, or what's that? I gotta go back if it's I believe it's Simeon. For so-called Seminole Indians, it's Reuben. I gotta go. Let me just check real quick, Slakia. Where you had you had it Reuben Rabban, all right, which is Seminole Indians, all right. They tried to, of course, the so-called white man came with them trying to they made different various treaties, and they broke all of them, all right, and they destroyed them. And as you can see to this day, they put them in, took the land, put them in Indian reservations, and of course, went about to they took their language, they even, re-educated them, all right, gave them their philosophies. Because Gad and such, they of course had this place as a paradise. They of course are Israelites, okay, and the original inhabitants, of course, they from the northern kingdom, all right, along with the rest of the tribes, of course, of the northern kingdom, all right. They of course are over here in peace and harmony. The so-called white man came, with war in his heart and being subtile, all right, and actually went and overthrew them, okay, which you're going to get in the book of Ecclesiastes, it's in Ecclesiasticus, if you know, was it 10? Or I believe it's 12? 12 and 10.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right, so we're not to trust, all right, the so-called white man who's Esau Edom, all right? He's that serpent, all right? He's the devil. They're the wicked, okay, of the Bible, all right? They are Satan, right? Satan is, never trust thine enemy. Don't trust Satan, Shaitan, all right? Like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, all right? And read on verse 11.
It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Right?
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Right. You go into close scrutiny, you see going to the so-called white man. Look what he did to all our people. He fucking overthrew them, destroyed them. All right. So you're not supposed to, of course, trust the enemy. And going into it, you're not supposed to trust the so-called white man with him telling you taking a chip. All right. And basically, we're gonna close off on that. Telling you that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right. And us Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of course those that have been scattered, all right, amongst the rest of the four winds, but their spirit bear witness to our spirit, all right, that they're Israelites, their lineage go back to an Israelite, not their father's line, all right, and that was all determined through the spirit, all right. We gotta believe that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna protect us, and we can't take the chip. We gotta believe His word, not the enemy's word. All right. Anything else?
No, that was it.
All right. Get the last scripture. I don't know if you had got it. The wiles of the devil.
In Ephesians?
Yeah.
Con.
You read that?
I didn't finish it.
All right, Con. Yeah, read that and then that's it. We're gonna close up.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil."
Right? Yeah, going into that craftiness and that slyness of the fucking so-called white man who's a devil. All right? Con. And that's it.
Let me read verse 13.
Yep.
This is Ephesians 6 and 13. It says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand."
Con. Yeah. If you want to expound on it, you can.
Yeah, talking about the evil day. The evil day is talking about Jacob's trouble. And if you adhere to these words and you put it in your heart wholeheartedly and believe in them, have faith in the Most High and Yahweh Shai, you're going to be able to withstand in the evil day because the Most High is going to protect you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. So you gotta have this truth. You gotta have this hedge of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, put on righteousness. That's what we're supposed to do. All right, so with that, we just gonna close out and give all praises to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash, and of course, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who well, and of course, hopefully you're edified. All right, and Shalom.
Shalom.